Rebel with a cause. BK all day, baby. It's Rebel season. The real rebels are back. I got the mind of a king. You should really protect them. Everybody talking, but Rebel really the next. I got the mind of a king. Spread to never take this. Slavery, fake hip-hop, you dead if you were racist. I got the mind of a king. You could never replace this. Blood from the mud, no love, so I'ma say I got the mind of a king. I know where I am from now. I'ma wake him up, you keep him sleep, it's up to me. I got the mind of a king.
Peace to the gods. Peace, peace, peace. Rebel with a cause. Welcome to Rebels Roundtable. Got the gods with me back. You already know. King Kenwardo.
How y'all doing out there?
Brother Knowledge, first time in the building.
360 of the cipher.
Salute, y'all. And we got another guard coming in. Obasi got all the young G's and the old G's with him. But that's Brother Rashid, y'all. So let's do the Black Power with Brother Rashid. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
So, yeah, we just gonna get into it, man. I'm fed up, man. Niggas is fake. Black Power shit gotta go, my nigga. It's reminding me of like COINTELPRO. But they don't work for the white man. They're barely really working for us.
I seem to get on the call.
Niggas is selling info.
Okay.
Niggas don't kill the traits. Come on, we all niggas, right? At one time.
Right.
You had to kill your traits, right? So I'm watching niggas not really ingrained ingredients themselves out of where the white man had us in our thinking and our reaction. I'm looking at niggas with shirts on. What kind of shit is
that? That's because this shit the trend right now, man. Like you said, these motherfuckers ain't out here ain't real. We got people goddamn like not fucking around coalition going up on Stone Mountain and shit with thousands of these motherfuckers with guns and shit, and they ain't accomplished nothing.
Look, I wasn't even.
They got is publicity out that shit. But what come behind that shit? Then hold on, I don't mean to cut you right. Then what happened? You get people, oh man, that was cold, that was dope. But man, that shit wasn't shit. It's just a perception of something. There wasn't no action behind this shit.
Well, I think we need a little bit of the perception. But you're right. We don't know. I didn't know why they was there either. I thought we were all supposed to be behind them. Like somehow involved. But I wasn't talking that deep. I'm talking about when y'all walk around and the nigga got the own shirt on and he in the vegan restaurant or shorty. It's a lot of rookies in our community now. And honestly, you wasn't supposed to come outside until you cleared yourself. I'm talking about fully. They get to talk.
Man, a lot of these people out here hippies and shit, man.
Oh, now you talking about the Moonies.
Yeah, a lot of these motherfuckers are hippies and shit.
So the emotions, it's no more logic, critical thinking. It's all emotions. I feel. That's all the fuck you hear a nigga say today. Yo, you like the cake? Yeah, I feel like this is the best cake I ever ate. That's not a feeling, that's a thought. That's I think. So keep the language, yo. The language let me know who's who, yo. There's certain things you won't say, and intellectually, there's certain things you can't say.
Right.
I don't like how we not mastermind and nothing no more. It's just like, you could just buy this sweater from me and then go anywhere and be like, yeah, I fuck with Ancient Kemet. What are you doing?
That's because, in my opinion, there's no standard that is just set in stone. Sometimes you gotta have that standard. Sometimes you gotta have, like, like it's too easy to attain. Like you said, you can just go get a hat, you can get you a kufi, nice dashiki, you African. You ain't done the knowledge. You ain't had no real skin in the game.
Now let me ask, did we get taught the standard?
Did we get taught the standard?
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah.
Not literally though.
Yeah.
We looked
Not
at
lit.
oh shit, them niggas is mad smart. Damn, that queen is like royal. I gotta be like that. Now you in your crib changing your nucleus. Because now you see higher levels. I can't curse no more. The word nigga I'm not using no more. Now I gotta get a vocabulary. Now I gotta understand how to express myself fully. I thought that was up to you eternally. After you see you meet a Obasi and then you don't say, damn, yo, niggas is mad real, yo, I gotta stop watching TV. I gotta get into the books. I gotta really start caring about the community. I don't see that. I see niggas just piling up in the room, wanting to take fucking Instagram flicks.
Right.
Well, I will tell you this, man, for in the ancient times, you had strong Africans and you had weak Africans. And the ones that was weak, you know, they was just weak. And now we got social media, they got a platform, they got a voice. They have a people, a crowd. Social media has let a lot of people out of the box, you know, and you know, you read one or two books, you got it. And then you got the ones who have a YouTube degree. You know, you got them who got a YouTube degree. You got the guys coming out of the box, no real knowledge, no real wisdom. And a lot of people don't if you're going to speak, have some form of source material besides YouTube. A lot of brothers don't have that. And not just that, they're not coming from the elders' perspective. Like I can say Professor Smalls, I can say Professor Griff, I can say Infudisi, you know, I can go back to, you know, Dr. Ben. I can go back to some of the elders where I took real information from for reading different books and applying it to my everyday life. And that's another thing too with these guys out here who just walk around with an African shirt on or get an Ankh, kufi or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They not putting in the time, they not putting in the work. And a lot of them get showed up. I get a lot of people who try to challenge me on certain things, you know, and I just tell the truth. You know, when I came into the game of commerce. So I was learning laws of the water, amity maritime law. Then I got into my divinity and my lineage. You know, then I had the opportunity of sitting down with some elders and they giving me some advice and what to read and what to go and what to go to from there. You know, it's kind of sad, man. We see these guys in the hood, and believe it or not, that's how me and Kenwardo met. Because there was a guy out there in the West. We was in I think Marcus Garvey Fest, and the guy was out there spitting bad knowledge. And you know, by me being a brother I said, nah, that ain't right. You know, in front of everybody. You know, and I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like it's not right, or if I say, well, can you give me some resource material behind it? You know, that's how it's supposed to go. And a lot of guys get upset, curse you out, stuff like that. But you know, I'm for all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? You bring the smoke, I like smoke, so it's good. You know, but yeah, they not applying themselves. It's application is what we need.
Nice. Yo, brother John, peace to the God.
Peace, bro. What's going on? Peace. What's going on, bro?
Good, man. We just saying building. But Kenwardo, Rashid, Obasi, what y'all think about it? Fake niggas in the community, not really taking serious the true elevation one has to do for themselves. How can you help me if you still kind of got ailments? And hold on, I want y'all to know what I'm premising. It's not the fact that rookies is in the Black community. It's that they're the ones talking. Y'all, I want y'all to get what I'm talking about. When I look at the leaders, I could tell 6 years ago you were asleep.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm watching a bunch of people 3 years old, 5 years old, 7 years old. no disrespect to the age of your consciousness, but you shouldn't be the one kind of delivering the logic. We don't, can you just do anything? You could walk in a job and be the manager as soon as you get there. So I'm watching a lot of fake black powery, I don't know what to call this. I don't like it, and I'm about to start naming names.
Well, that's because, okay, like you said, they are the ones that are speaking. That's because they're being allowed to speak.
Right. That's the same thing I was thinking. Yeah.
So like the ones like us, this is why we do, but our platforms got to hit home on certain things. Like there's no respect of the game. Everything is just like the brother said. It got to be more than just YouTube, and that's what we done allowed. That scholarship has went to, and since we like that, we got to look at like what Sinetta TV, a thing like Sinetta TV. Yeah, it provided entertainment, it provided certain consciousness, but then it turned to a shit show. Let's just keep it 1,000. It turned to a shit show, and now it wasn't about information and raising the people's consciousness. It was about debate. Oh, I'm right. Oh, I'm right. Oh, I got the hypotenuse of this, and I got this, and you can break all of this down, and then you leave. You know, after intellectually jacking off, you leave. But what has it done for the people?
Right.
So when we're looking at our people, the real ones whose shoulder we stand on, the Dr. Beans, we ascended with their consciousness. They really woke us up. They really was teaching about something. It's just become a trend now. Everybody trying to do it to get rich. Ain't no love in the game.
Right.
Money came in, and then the war started. Because I'm all for debates. I'm from Harlem, Brooklyn and Harlem. We need debates. We debating right now on the local.
And then that's what it is. Because it's like, are they debates?
Yeah.
Or are they arguments?
Yes.
I want to take this, but I want to defend the debate.
That's what I'm saying. To me, ain't nothing wrong with the debate. Ain't nothing wrong with debate. You know what I mean? The problem that I got to where it turned into a fucking circus show. You know what I mean?
Now, let me cut you off. Y'all missing the white man in this. The fucking cracker pays us to distract the rest of the world. Y'all don't see how YouTube works?
Right.
He paid me to distract y'all. Right. Hey, y'all, I fucking do hip hop over here. I'm doing whatever. Y'all watching me, right? He's paying me to distract you.
You got some that's in the conscious community just for their ego. You know, they're not in it because they want to really fight for the people, or they want to get out here and do no work. They're in it for the ego. They want to be seen. You know, you got some that's just in it to pimp the people. You got these Tariq Nasheeds out here. You know, so everybody ain't real Africans. You know, everybody not. You know, they got consciousness. You know, they might read some books, but they not taking the information to heart and doing good with it.
Right.
You know,
right. Hotel hustlers. That's what we call it.
You can't get rich off consciousness, my people. Look, I sell these sweaters, and I still hesitate on selling. Just in my own soul, I'm like, damn. I don't even want to sell no consciousness. The shit is supposed to be given to you. You got to earn the position, but the way the game is, they making us sell it, yo. So I've been in spots where, like, say it's my sweater, right? It's not me though, but I've been in spots where a little G would come by and be like, yo, I love that sweater, blah, blah, blah. How much is it? And the person be like, yeah, it's $50. And he'd be like, damn, I only got like 30. All right, shorty, go get 20 and come back.
X.
I fucking hate it. You feel me? Out of the gate, look, I don't like the fake blackness, man. I don't feel protected by the energy.
Right.
You feel me? It feels like we're like still niggas and everybody trying to get rich. So like the hood rules still apply.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can see it. You know what I mean?
And that's what it is, because we haven't really internalized what it is to be African. We kind of have like intellectualized it. We don't really understand the character of being African, the behavior, how we speak to people, how we treat our women. We are still niggas because a lot of us are not us, but as a people, because we're still caught in a Eurocentric way of thinking. We just did what they did with from nigger to nigga. We just put an A on the end of it and thought we was doing something. You know, but we still held on to that Eurocentric European culture. And that's why we haven't ascended. So that's why we got all of these. I call them black power pimps also. And that's Dale Jones, where he said, get everybody stirred up. They broke on the people's pain and give nothing. So like my brother, he brought up Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed is what he is, a pimp. Put it in my pocket. That's all he cares about. There's no people. And what's happening is the people, we feeling like it's some kind of, it's something good in it because they're saying, oh, well, the information is good. That's all we getting is the information. We ain't solving the problems. Black families are still severely dysfunctional. We got same-sex parent households, but we got Tariq Nasheed videos. They diametrically opposed. We got to share some of these Eurocentric, concepts. That's like that book Ken got, Let the Circle Be Unbroken. The circle she's talking about is our culture.
That's right.
That's the circle. So we trying to fit everything in because we don't want to give nothing up. We trying to be as greedy as the slave monster.
That's what I'm saying. You trying to be conscious, but you still watch white TV shows. Still go watch white movies and all that. I thought the first thing you do is isolate.
Yeah.
Right. I no longer can watch movies. I no longer can do that. I'm gonna take myself out of that for the new levels, even if it's just reading books. Yeah. We used to require all new brothers to read, and sometimes it was in front of us.
Well, I'm gonna say this, not to cut you off. Who was telling the brothers to read? A lot of the elders are behind the scenes now, man. Professor Griff don't do a lot. Professor Smalls don't do a lot. Infudisi, he writing his books. He putting out his material. He about to put out a movie for one of his books. They working on a treatment for that. A lot of the elders, man, they saying the monetization of social media, and they're gravitating towards that because that could be another stream of income to them. I know a lot of conscious brothers, man. They have YouTube videos, podcasts, everyone selling T-shirts. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's wrong, but I will say this: since some of the people with some of the higher echelon of knowledge are those who are somewhat an adept, I'm gonna give them that title, somewhat an adept in the community, or who could be an adept in the communities, they're not holding the young people to no standard. And then they running rapid. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what's happening right now. Even in the Hotep community, the Ankish and all of that type of stuff, man. Homosexuals is in that as well, man. I seen a brother down in Wadadas, man. He walked in, everybody was saying, hey, how you doing? They even called this dude a god. West End Atlanta, Wadadas. And this dude was a homosexual. And I told myself, why y'all calling this dude a god? Clearly you see he has feminine characteristics. And I said, that's not an African way. And everybody in there kind of looked at me like I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Even the people behind the counter at Wadadas. But yeah, man, you got them feminine guys coming around, man. I mean, it's sad, but like Kenwardo said in the beginning, it's becoming a trend. So if it's becoming a trend, everybody gonna hop onto it. If they feel like they can make some money, then everybody gonna do it because everybody looking for tenor.
I want John to touch on this next, but let me touch on that real quick because I just came from a open mic, and one of my dudes that came from New York, he a single dude, so he in there looking for chicks. But here go to keto. It was mad gay dudes in there, right? And I had to make the joke. I said, yo, today's conscious chick come with gay niggas? Because they was all with him. Oh, Kevin, he rhyming on stage. Gay, the nigga rhymed the gay poem. That's when I walked out.
Dang.
I ain't disrespect nobody, but I was like, yo, I gotta go smoke or something. But my point is, how are we? Let's transition a little. Y'all all can touch this after Brother John touched on the last question. What we gonna do with the infusion of homosexuality in the Black community? But Brother John touched on the fact that we got a lot of fake dudes not taking account the level they need to uphold to bring to the family. What you think about it?
I got you. I'm listening to what the brothers are saying. I agree with a lot of the things that's being said. The thing that comes to my mind is it's one of my favorite quotes. It's called Genesis Rabbah, but I'm sure y'all have heard it before. In the streets of the blind, the one-eyed man is considered the guiding light. So our people, especially here in the United States, are definitely blind. So anybody with a little bit of knowledge, whether it be Islam or Black organization, Black nationalism, anybody with a little bit of knowledge, if they're put in the right circumstances, can be seen as a leader, or as the future of a movement. But my thoughts are, it's really up to us, the ones that are aware, that do know what's going on. We've got to check these individuals, and one of the things that we're trying to do in Atlanta, and I'm glad the brother Knowledge brought that up, is in regards to West End, is specifically that, when you see people representing the conscious community, because the conscious community is trendy right now with the whole Black Lives Matter and, red, black, and green everywhere. So everybody's, a lot of people are trying to be a part, but they may not necessarily understand the foundations or the roots or the ideology behind it. So we as the conscious individuals, we got to check these people and ask them, what level of consciousness are you representing? Where does this type of your expression, where is this coming from? And you'll find that a lot of it is, from what I've seen, it's an individual mentality, or it's a new age, millennial, gender neutral approach to consciousness. These people thinking that that they're revolutionary, and they created a path that's never been there before, but really they're going down the wrong path. And this, there's a reason why you don't see gay people. Well, I'll be straight up. You don't see gay people in the head of legitimate Black movements, and it's just against the principles that we believe in regards to, the concept of Black nationality goes to a Black nation is built from a strong community, built from strong families that are strong individuals. And a lot of these concepts try to attack the foundation of a Black family. A strong man, strong woman, strong child. That's what we need in order to make a strong nation. So they may have good ideas, or Dr. Sebi diet and all that stuff, but when you go against the foundation for what nationality and strong Black nationality is for, you basically shouldn't be speaking. At the end of the day. So it's up to us to, as the individuals that know, as Brother Knowledge said, to check these individuals, check their knowledge, and put them on display. Not necessarily in a bad way, but just let the people know, that this is not a legitimate representation. Based on what I know. But that's my thought, brother.
I think like one of the best things we can do at this point is
I see.
educate the next generation. What I mean? Because this generation, man, like they done, it's like they done destroyed this generation as far as with the media. I mean, a lot of it is the parents allowing the children to watch everything that's on TV, the videos. They promoting homosexuality everywhere on the videos, on the TV shows, on the cartoons. It's subliminally. So it's in the streets, it's everywhere, it's in the schools. They teaching it in school now as a course.
Yeah. ABCs.
That's why the best thing to do now is to homeschool your children, to not even let them go to school. You know, to monitor, because we need to monitor what our children learn. We need to monitor everything that's going inside their heads. You know, that's very important. You know, we need to be the teachers, which it should have been like that in the first place. We should have been the ones educating our children from the beginning. You know, they shouldn't have never been going to.
Let me chime in, but it's funny that you say that, and because it kind of brings things from what I've heard thus far, brings things back around in full circle in regards to the education. Because one thing that we had talked about last time, and I know Brother Kenwardo didn't keep the video, but were the challenges that modern day leaders face. You know, like the Noble Drew Ali's, the Elijah Muhammad's, Marcus Garvey's, those brothers in the past didn't necessarily have the same challenges that we have. And one of the things that I brought up was like drugs. But at the same time, one thing I thought about today was satellites. You know, they didn't have satellites to deal with. And the brothers, you know, talking about how basically this world, you know, our children are surrounded by this information. It's basically no way to get away from it. Even in schools, they're teaching it. But that goes back to what you were saying about some of the other platforms, you know, and some of the information that they put out. That is vital and that is necessary to combat some of the rhetoric that they hear on a regular basis from mainstream media. You know, so when we were talking about like Sonetta, and I understand what you're saying in regards to they could do a lot better, and they could be more positive, more beneficial. But I do have to give them credit for putting out a lot of that information in contrast to, you know, what the mainstream media puts out. And I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. Salute Sonetta. I'm gonna try and get him on the show. That's my man. But Sonetta put out most of the info.
But see, you know, the thing is,
he had all the gods with him.
The thing is, when we understand those, okay, I'm gonna put it out there and say some of my things. He has I don't know if anybody know this idiot named Nature Boy. This guy own pedophile. So this is what I'm talking about when we just want to get the dollar over the principle. In that petri dish of information that they just given, it's a smorgasbord, it's a buffet of information. The people don't know how to decipher it. We're all sitting up here understanding we're Pan-African and African, but here we are, we catering to the Muslims who were a part of our destruction. And then we want to beat up on the church people and say they believe in Jesus. You believe in Allah. It's no different. We gotta really come back, and this is why it's confusion on the battlefield, because we don't know who. We're the only ones that have a real identity crisis. So he's hyping up a pedophile who's debating polite. There's no principle. Everybody just want to make the dollar. Everybody want to make the dollar. He want to be seen with Floyd Mayweather too. Confusion on the battlefield. Is this your friend or is this your foe? He's a foe to me because he's standing in the way of liberation. So we got to come back to get serious about what is our objective, who we allowing in here. There's no exclusiveness. Everybody can come to the party. We got Moors. We don't want to deal with the history. We don't want to deal with the Moors were a part of the slave trade. Now, there's no knocking. If somebody want to believe that, that's their belief. But some of these things, as far as like history, we got to deal with because it's still keeping us attached to these traumas, to these Eurocentric traumas. The more we're doing that, so when we're doing these platforms, we got to just put out a different platform. Our stuff got to be the clean glass, as to what Malcolm was saying, the clean glass versus the dirty glass. We see them with the template of the dirty glass. We want the dirty glass too, because the dirty glass appeals to the people. This is how we got ones like Kevin Samuels, who is leading the charge of black female bashing. What is this? We're sitting up here complaining about our ladies all day. What she doing? What they doing? We got to come away from that. We got to bring some stability and sanity to the people. It's madness, and they don't know how to decipher it. If I'm making sense,
you are.
Now, keep talking.
No, that's just the way. But no, that's just the way it is because we don't really understand what it is that we are identifying. What it is, we got to go back and start studying to the pieces. Bobby E. Wright, who gave us Menacide. We got to study these. Nobody said I have a required study course to be in my village. It's a required because we got to get in here. We got to get in these books.
Yes,
we want the quick fix. We got to sit down and read. We got to read these roadmaps. Our ancestors gave us these roadmaps and said, "This is the path." We all over here talking to. Polite. We all over here talking to Blue Pill. We all over here. It's no shot at them, but they all in the wrestling. One of them Hulk Hogan, the other one Macho Man, and then they switch sides. We got Pharaoh who shouldn't be speaking. He ain't put enough skin in the game. Why is he talking for real? Why is he? If we call names like Dessalines, what's a Pharaoh to Dessalines?
I feel you.
Our people listening to Umar who just take Pan-Africanism and make it a joke. There's no such thing as one man Pan-Africanism. No such thing. We don't require questions. We let anybody take money in the name of Pan-Africanism. Say they building a school, 10 years. We say, oh, give him time to do what? I'm building something with nothing. I'm an African. I'm building something with nothing.
What can we do to counteract that though? How do we counteract that?
Then when we know it's ones like us, we get behind the real.
Right.
Yeah. You gotta support the real.
We gotta be creating something. We just can't be complaining. We gotta be creating something.
But that's why we here, because I don't know y'all whole history, but I know none of y'all was really online flowing like the fake people. We're kind of coming to the black hole right now. Because of these levels, we have to expose ourselves. Speaking of myself, nigga, I could have been online in 1999. We was dissing it. 2002, we was dissing it. 2005, we was dissing it. 2009, we was dissing it. 2012, we was dissing it. 2014, we was dissing it. In 2016, I was like, yo, fuck that. Hip hop is dead. Because none of y'all heard my music yet, right? I got a whole team of fucking godly MCs, yo. But nobody ever heard the music because some other things happened. But my point was, I made a conscious effort to try to save hip hop and expose ourselves finally in 2016 because of what we was looking at. All the gay shit coming in, all the faulty teachers, all the half knowledge, all the fake gurus. Because I deal with a lot of youngins. And they be naming people y'all not talking about. They naming no name dudes, and they looking up to them like, yo, this guy is like godly. And I'm like, what's his name, yo? Then I go to his page, and I'm like, yo, come on. What are you doing? No. Then I bring him to the library, and then I hit him with our real teachers. You're going to read this. You're going to read something that's not on the internet. The internet, I'm so frustrated, man. We need more truth. Come on, nigga.
I will say this: the best way to do it for a solution is you keep putting out good information. You keep putting out your resource materials. Social media has given these people platforms, so there's no way we can't control that, you know. But at the same time, us as knowing what we stand for and believing what we believe in, we put out our information the same way they put it out. You know what I'm saying? We got to be tricky with it. We got to be trendy with it. You know, I know it sound childish in a way, but at the same time, for a group of people who was unable to read and write for 200 plus years, it's gonna take a minute for us to have that real understanding. You know, so we got to put out the information. We got to put it out. A lot of people not privy to a lot of books. You know, especially like I have read. A lot of people not gonna be privy. Like to you, Rebel, you was in NYC, so you've been around a lot of teachers, a lot of the elders who been probably teaching and pushing Black Power and comedic science probably 50 plus years. Professor Smalls, 50 plus years. A lot of these elders who have been behind the scenes. I met one dude, he's a nobody. I'm not gonna say he's a nobody. He's not on social media or nothing. In NYC, his name is Baba Ali or something like that, man. 50 plus years, you know. Real good brother, got good information out there, but of course he's not on social media. He doesn't have a following, but a lot of other people do know him in the conscious community, especially around that 125th in Harlem. You got to keep putting information out no matter what it is and what you believe. We have these social media platforms, and a lot of people take advantages of the social media platforms. You know, my daughter told me today, you know, say, Dad, you need to go and just start you a TikTok. And, you know, she said, it's just little short videos. You just keep putting your information out there, right, as far as like what you do, if it's short, if it's sweet, you know, and stuff like that. Because if we don't keep putting information out there, then we're going to have the young pharaohs who see it's a thirst. And when, because the young people are seeing the knowledge, they're seeing the unks, and they're seeing what's happening in the community and stuff like that. You know, the Black Lives Matter, Black Power, pro-Black, all that stuff is a movement. They see it and they thirst for it. We have to give it to them. And we have to think too. Rodney King, the young people. What's the dude named Brown in St. Louis, the guy that got killed, the black
Michael
guy.
Brown.
Michael Brown, young people. Trayvon Martin, young people. Even the stuff that happened here with the guy in Atlanta who got shot at what's that, Wendy's?
I
went down there. I went down there myself, man. It was young people down there. Young people, yeah. And a lot of hippies. A lot of hippies, man.
A lot of hippies, yeah.
But we gotta put the information out there. One thing I do like about Dr. Malachi Z. York was he put out books. He didn't care what was in I ain't gonna say he don't care what's in the book, but he put out resource materials and books like that. You know what I'm saying? This year I'm not trying to take no shots at nobody. It's all about the positivity, no negativity. It's all about the constructive and not being destructive at all. Because everybody gonna have their school of thought where they come from. You know, so I'm gonna just let that be. But yeah, we got to put out the information, man. Rebel, you right. You know, I'm getting sick and tired of seeing of it either, man. I just can't go banging on nobody like back in the day when I'm coming up in school in Illinois somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's over with because these guys are press charges on you, man. I bumped into a guy in Helpful Essence, man. I said, brother, I heard what you said, you know, and I just asked him, you know what I'm saying, why would you say that about me? You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, they call you knowledge, man, but where your knowledge come from? You ain't did nothing. So I ran it down to the brother. I said, brother, I came into the game in commerce. I stopped 34 closers in the state of Georgia. I helped 3 people beat criminal cases in the state of Georgia. I went to the courtroom steps, arguing with the sheriff. Yo, you can't do this. I done filed a UCC1 financial statement on it. Then from the Ross squad, like, man, why'd you around there mess with them white people signs, man? You gonna lose every time. But I'm telling from the Ross squad, like, yo, man, I didn't want to plead. I'm showing them my paperwork. I didn't show Kenwardo my paperwork. I do my own affidavits. I go to court, and for a brother to tell me I don't have no knowledge, then come to me, nah, that ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna stand up for what I know that I did and the work that I put in. Over 300 plus read books. Sure. You know what I'm saying? From 4 different Bibles. I'm not pumping myself up. This is what I did because I'm not a reader. I had the first book I read it 3 times because I didn't know what the heck I was reading. I had to sit down at the table, the kitchen table, the school table, yep, and with a dictionary and a laptop looking up words.
Right.
Come on, man. We just gotta put the information out. You know what I'm saying? I agree with all the brothers, you know, right here on the round table. You know, we really just gotta keep putting information, and then we see the incorrect, then we gotta correct. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
even if we just drop it on them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they don't know, and a lot of times people be moved. It's just like a preacher. First time I heard a preacher, I thought that dude was the coldest brother in the world. He hooping and hollering, he's sliding across the floor. He got the mothers throwing a white rag at him and everything. They're giving him money. I said, man, he banking. You know what I'm saying? But when I started reading commerce, I say, this brother don't know nothing. He don't know nothing about the world. He don't know nothing about comedic science. He don't know nothing. All he knows is the Bible. But yeah, the information is the key, man, putting it out there.
Now that's why I wanted to create a foundation for the real gods to speak. That's why we got Think Champs. This is Rebels Roundtable. We got the Queen show coming. Think Champs Queen's Law. And then we got the Young Gods, 24 and under. And I'm working on another show after that. This is my I don't know what to do. Like you said, we gotta counteract the information onslaught, because they'll go online and that poison just pile up quick. So they never really run into true knowledge from a true source, a humble source, like a traditional source. Y'all call them hippies. I call them moonies. They're moonies. First thing out their mouth, yeah, what's your sign? I don't have one. I changed. So I don't know.
So I look at what my brother Knowledge said, and I want to vet you back off of him. He said everywhere was youth. He said that the Rayshard Brooks scene was the youth. Just think about if we would have had some ready-made literature to hand to the youth. I mean, that's what made the Panthers strong. They was on these college campuses passing out to the youth, drawing the youth in. So that's what it is. We got to figure out like, who are we targeting? Because if we got a certain age that's 30 something and up, they feel like they can't be told that you know, like, no, you can't tell me. And it's like some of this stuff you have to correct. So it's like we want to focus on that youth, like you said, 20 and under. If we have information ready, and that's some of the stuff I'm working on too, like just having something in small doses, like the brother also said, TikTok. Look at the way TikTok, they give you less. They give you a couple of seconds, but look at how much of our people. Just think if we gave the knowledge in small, because we can't give it in big drops too much. They can't take too much. We got to understand people reading level. Some people don't want to read 75 pages. I can read a good 200 pages and 75 pages here and there. It's just for fun. But everybody don't have that hunger, so we got to figure out what it is that the people need. How do we get it to them? Maybe we can do like 5-page literature and hand it to the people on our respective subjects. Leave a lot of this knowledge behind. Like write it down and leave it. We need blueprints. Because we are, like you said, we are gods. We need blueprints. We need to leave information for the ones behind us. Like, what does the book of Rebel say? What would the book of Kenwardo say? What would the book of Brother John say? Brother Knowledge, Brother Obasi. What would our book say to the people?
Same thing Khalid Muhammad book said.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
Khalid, we here for you. We are you.
Believe it.
My point is now you're 100% correct. Kenwardo, what you think?
Well, about the youth, man, these youth are fiery, man. They got a whole lot of energy, and they ain't with it, man. They're not scared. I seen it out there. Look, back in the summertime, they shut down a whole goddamn gas station out in DeKalb County.
Rebel with a cause. BK all day, baby. It's Rebel season. The real rebels are back. I got the mind of a king. You should really protect them. Everybody talking, but Rebel really the next. I got the mind of a king. Spread to never take this. Slavery, fake hip hop, you dead if you were racist. I got the mind of a king. You could never replace this. Blood from the mud, no love, so I'ma say I got the mind of a king.